Okay, first I'm gonna say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, God, Gudash. I get double honors to apostles and teach you great meal, so much my learn the truth, and I'll say shalom to the whole full elect of Israel. And now I just watching a video about another apostle Dahar, and it was let me see here. Now y'all, you always got some. It was about some chick that was on the color purple getting some type of Oscar, and her hair was color blonde. And one of the things she mentions how this isn't a lot of Jake who try to curry favor, such as trying to look like Edomites or talk like them or act like them, are an embarrassment to our nation. And something that I thought about is how a lot of people will look at, well, a lot of niggas, Jake, will look at us as an embarrassment. The Israelites, call us like what's that one stupid nigga, Charleston White, which is actually interesting because Charleston White actually mentioned how he didn't used to talk or act like how he did when I think he was a journalist, but he started acting like that because that's what got niggas attention. He literally said it on the interview. The reason why he started acting like a nigga is because acting like a nigga is what got niggas attention. Saying all types of dumb shit. But you have people like him. Once again, I'm not sure if that's how he really feels, because once again, he said he acts like that because that's what get attention. I'm not sure that's how he really feels, but either way, he mentioned how he talked down on us, which is very funny because people, like, even when you go into the world, it's a general thing that people will not respect you if you're a kiss ass or if you're not genuine to yourself in general. And when you go into the you take that on the international level, our nations don't respect niggas because they don't take pride in who they are. Moab takes pride in the fact that he can suck down a squid. Takes pride in the fact that they lock their children in for 21 years and have them study books, and then they come out engineers and doctors or child factory workers. But they pay homage to who they are. Esau as well. But acting like an Edomite or acting like another nation is not going to get you respect. Once again, like fuck them. But you get what I mean. The average nigga, especially these niggas who try to act like Edomites, they're the embarrassments. Niggas that smoke weed and do all this stupid shit. They're the ones that are the embarrassment. And they're even and once again, this is who we are, believe it or not. And Esau, the so-called white man, not only does he have a certain level of respect for that, but he also has a level of fear because he knows what that entails when we he knows what us waking up to who we are entails. And it's always happened. He knows history. He has artifacts, but when our people have came back to who they are, what's always happened. The Lord has always acted, and Esau knows that. Now, the common everyday, Edomite may not have any knowledge of it, but the Jacob Rothschilds have knowledge of it. Those are the niggas waking up in a cold sweat, um, thinking about the things that dreaming about the things that we preach about. The Lord send them visions and shit. But you have here niggas for Trump because as time goes on, being a nigga is not it's gonna be shown that being a nigga is not as profitable as niggas may have thought. Especially when it comes to to Jacob's trouble. Being a nigga is not gonna save you from Jacob's trouble. Um, Being a nigga for Trump, and it's funny because if the Rothschilds wanted him dead, he'd be dead. The only reason he's allowed to say the things that he want is because he's controlled. There's a term called controlled opposition. People like Trump because He says what he says what he's thinking, but it doesn't matter how much against them he may be. It's all just an act, and that's the truth, whether you people like it or not. But this is what's embarrassing. You have some old ass nigga right here with a shirt that says "niggas for Trump," and they think that's empowering. You look like an idiot. And there's a law where we're not supposed to be voting a heathen of another nation above us. And then the scriptures say how our governors are going to be of ourselves. And what people in position of power will have their people, the interests of their people at heart above all other people. You have the term racist, which means literally in support of your own race, which is never a bad thing. And that's, once again, they're going to put their people first, which is why whether it's Trump in office or Obama or whatever, the Edomite, if America, the Edomite is always going to benefit first with the with the forwarding of America, because this is their country. This is not, like you can't have a piece of the pie. What you're going to get is crumbs. You have Lazarus and the rich man. Like what he got the crumbs. But then you had the rich man that woke up in hell, which is his hell, which is the kingdom of heaven. And the white man's heaven is black man's hell. Black man's heaven is white man's hell. But this is what's that's an embarrassment to our nation and niggas in general. Let me see here. There's a verse where it talks about how when the nations look at our people, they're supposed to be they're supposed to say that that's how God um that's the ways of God, with the way they act. I'm trying to find it here. I'm gonna go with this. Isaiah 4:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee, thou art my servant. It says it twice. O Israel, thou shalt not be forgotten of me. And what these heathen are faithful to their own gods and to their own customs. Our people aren't, which is why we're in the situation that we're in. Which is why you have that term coon niggas, which is why you have Sambos. It's not Uncle Tom, it's actually Uncle Sambo. Tom was the one that was one to revolt. Sambo was the one that was a coon nigga. But you have niggas that will, like with that Oscar shit, that come up there smiling and cheesing, happy to be in the white man's presence. They'll feel honored to be instituted into the lower echelons of because they're on a certain level when it comes to Illuminati shit. Those groups or whatnot. They're not on the higher level; they're on the lower level. But they'll be happy because they're getting the white man's validation, they're getting money, and they're getting recognition and fame. And even at my job, man, they take pictures of Jake and whatnot to try to look all inclusive. And, the pictures on there, they have them on like a big ass TV near the front, the entrance, and like it's a fucking disgrace, cause it's run by Ishmaelites. You got some Edomites there, but it's really run by some fucking dirty ass Ishmaelites. But them niggas that work there get to do whatever the fuck they want. But and Jake though, Jake he has to work his ass off. But you have niggas that'll take pictures and smile. Um, no, but they'll get put up there as fucking mascots. They'll get used. Those niggas don't respect Jake. Nobody on this planet respects Jake. And a lot of it is the way because niggas act. You know, the heathens always wanted to destroy us. They've also had a certain level of fear, which is why they always sought to destroy us. Even when you go into Egypt, right? The sentiment was to weaken them with work so they couldn't get stronger than the Egyptians. But the exact opposite happened. There's another see, I'm gonna go to Peter, First Peter. There's there's a mocking question, if you would, for lack of better words, the heathen asks. He says, "Is this the people of God?" Damn it, I'm trying to find it. It's First Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. But all of the scriptures, it refers to us as royal, regal people, people above everybody else. But how does a dross become dim? No, how does a gold become dim? The precious jewels of the Lord have lost their luster. Lamentations 4:1. How does the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The souls of sons of sanctuary poured out on top of every street, and is referring to the children of Israel. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pictures, the work of the hands of the potter. And it all goes into a punishment for our people. For our people wanting to be niggas. The scripture says how because our people want to be like our enemies, we were going to serve our enemies in their nations. We're going to serve their gods in the nations. We're going to serve them. And what that entails us, losing. And what, bro, you look up AI pictures and, just various pictures of like Jake royalty and whatnot. I think it was mentioned how King Solomon had gold dust in his hair, like gold and silver cups, eating utensils, drinking ware and whatnot. Like it's nuts how our people were decked out. Even because what Queen Sheba thought that not the bus boy, but the doorman was David because of how regal and royal his apparel was. But now you have our people, old now. You have old men sagging their pants. Sitting on the street corners, hanging out with young niggas, trying to be young, looking like idiots. You got you got a lot. There, one of the brothers showed me his video the last camp of this Israelite woman that could. There, Like, you know how Jake slur their words, and there's Jake that will try to sound um they'll try to sound intelligent with their speech, but they'll pronounce a word entirely wrong, but they'll do it with the utmost confidence, as if they have some type of prestige. That's what this bitch, and a lot of black bitches do that. You got niggas that do that, but a lot of black bitches do that. They think they got that degree. They think themselves to be something special. They nothing but bad wenches. But that's what this bitch was doing, and it wasn't like it was horrible to watch. I had secondhand embarrassment. You can only imagine how the if we feel like that, you can only imagine how the heathen look at our people. Who especially look at these black bitches, and even when you go into that, man, you have women that rule our nation. Women at the head of households, and you already know how that shit go. Um, what was that scripture? But yeah, it asks, it's a mocking question. It asks, is this supposed to be the people of God? Until, like, once again, they're right. And it's all because the way that these, like, look at that shirt, niggas for Trump. That is a disgrace. And like all of these dumbasses, bro. And what's that one picture of there's a bunch of niggas behind Trump. There's some two loudmouth bitches too. And you got a nigga that think it'd be an honor in a White House. Like that picture right there. Look at this shit. And it really, like, it's not hating at all. We do not give a fuck about America. We really don't. We don't want to be in the White House. We don't give a fuck. This is just a disgrace because we know who we are. And look at that shit. There's these two loudmouth bitches. It's kind of, I don't know if they're famous on YouTube, but there's some overweight hoes too. But look at this shit, man. That wasn't the picture I wanted. Those bitches right there. And you see, it's mostly women. They love, bro. They love their slave master, man. The bad wenches, and like what women rule our nation. That bunch of effeminate little boys right there. I don't know if that's an AI picture or if that's real. Bunch of niggas raised by their mommies. But once again, this is the disgrace, man. And you got a famous nigga like you, bro. You have niggas that are drag queens. Look up that one episode. I think they took down that one episode of the Boondocks because Tyler Perry ain't like that because it was depicting him, bro. But you have famous men of our nation that are fucking drag queens. Like our people, the black community is a fucking joke. They're all over the place. That we even when you go into this nigga Biden that you're not black if you don't vote for me. They got you niggas by the brain, not by the balls, by the brain. They say $15 minimum wage, you niggas are in. They say free weed, stimulus checks, you niggas are in. These niggas do not give a fuck about any of you. Look up a law called the continuity of government. Niggas are not included in that. These niggas right here, they ain't included in that. And once again, it's not hating. This shit is embarrassing. Because once again, we know where we come from. And even with all that ass kicking, man, this ass kissing, it's like only a few niggas make it out of so called make it out of the hood, but like the rest of the nation as a whole is like you're not gonna nation because like what we're nation minded. That's why we you have the nation is going to be brought back through the elect. and then let get right. Then everything follows. But a few niggas is not gonna save the nation, man, and they don't even give a fuck. They got these rich niggas, like they move up. They don't give a fuck. They're concerned about them and themselves. We're concerned about getting our whole nation together, and that includes what? That includes something called tough love, correction, rebuke. But niggas don't see it that way. But this is self-explanatory, man. But hope is that fine. Say all praises, glory, and honor. How about Shema Shah, Bashmaka Dash, the boss of Pascal teacher, great man, so from like true. Shall want to hopefully like Arizona destruction battle on Great America and niggas.